Hello, friends. It's Stacy here with these beautiful ladies for another reading sprint. I'm super excited today. It's Friday. I'm finishing up work, and I'm ready to get started on my reading weekend. This is our last weekend for the Olympics readathon. Work, and I'm ready to get started. Somebody's running their YouTube. This is our last weekend for the Olympics readathon. Work. And I'm ready to get started.
Oh, that's me. I'm also.
I'm over here like, okay, what am I doing? Like, what?
I don't even know how to. Steve opened up one window for me and said, just push this button. So I was hoping it wasn't me because I wouldn't even know how to fix it.
No, it wasn't.
Just push buttons. It's fine.
So we have Brandy, Ashley, and Yolene here today, and all of our both young friends and furry friends as well. Brandy, let's start with you. Let everybody know who is here, who you are.
I'm Brandy. I don't have a channel or anything. I just hang out with these ladies and all of our other friends that we've accumulated. Sometimes you can see me on my husband's channel. Steve talks about books and stuff. And I have a little blog that I just barely started on his creepingdeath.org forums. So.
That's awesome. What are you reading today?
Today, this is a surprise for you and Yolene.
Yay!
I'm already a few pages in and I'm hooked.
So that's so awesome.
I switched it out for my Zeus prompt. So
that's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. I hope you finish it before the end of the month. Oh,
I will. My plan is if I can do 150 pages a day or 100 pages a day, I should be good. We have 7 days, I think, or 6.
So you just started?
Yeah, I just started it this morning.
It only gets better, so.
I'm excited.
So Yolene, tell us about yourself and what you're reading.
So I am Yolene. I have a booktube channel, Yolene Reads, and I normally read fantasy. I try to sprinkle in a little bit of sci-fi, and today I am reading Valor for the read-along that I'm hosting together with Steve, Brandy's husband. I am 200 pages in, and I need to finish it by Sunday, so I can really use this print.
And are you liking it so far?
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I think it's better than Malice, and I already liked Malice quite a lot, so that definitely helps. I think that I will be able to finish it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's always nice when you're reading something you like. Ashley, introduce us to yourself and your beautiful co-host.
I'm trying to keep her out of the camera. My name's Ashley. I have my channel Read Now, Sleep Later, and I read anything and everything. My genre ranges pretty much. I read romance, I read fantasy, I read all bunch of stuff. And this is my daughter, Aubrey, and she's reading. What are you reading?
I'm reading.
What are you reading?
We're
reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh,
it's a good one.
So, y'all.
Yolene, you have your fur babies with you. What are their names?
The gray one that you saw just now, that is Leo. And the orange beige one, it's Odie.
Obi?
Odie, but it's, I think it's a Belgian name. It's actually Odilon, but that's even longer, so we just call him Odie.
Okay. I don't have any fur babies yet.
Ooh. We're on the market.
Day.
We're working on
my son and I are working on my husband. Every day we're like, oh, look at this face. So everybody say hi to my sister. She's here with us.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so we're going to do things a little bit different today. We're going to do 2 20-minute sprints at least. If you guys want to stay on after that and do more, we can do that. But in between, we're going to do some Mad Libs. But instead of just having you guys pick the verbs, nouns, blah, 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 we're going to randomly, I have a random number generator. We're going to pick some pages, and then you have to give me the first noun, verb, or whatever on the page. So I'll ask you guys go to such and such page. What is the noun or verb on that page? And then we'll put them all in to the Mad Lib and then read the Mad Lib and see what happens.
Those
Does
are
that sound like fun?
Yeah.
And if it's not, if it turns out to be, a not so much fun, then we'll do something the second round. But I'm going to go ahead and jump us right into the reading sprint because I have to finish something for work really quick. And I'm going to do that during the first sprint, and then we'll come back and do some more chatting. So my husband created this really cool timer, and I forgot to ask him to give it to me so I can use it today. So I'm still going to use my phone. But we'll go ahead and read for 20 minutes, and we'll come back here at 30 minutes after. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
All right, then I'm muting myself. I'll see you guys at 30 minutes after, and I'll put a banner up.
Okay. Perfect.
Time's up. So how was it? Did you guys get a lot read that time?
I wish.
I think I got 7 pages. There's a lot of words on these pages, though.
Yeah. I was
That's
reading the what's it called? The Ship of Destiny. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a long book, 800 pages. But if I read 100 pages, 100 pages is like 200 of any normal
Yeah.
book.
I'm thinking it might take me a few days. But it's good. It seems like it's going to be fun to read, so that helps me.
So how sad is it, the beginning?
So far, I'm only on page 14, but how sad that he's just called Boy. They just take him and drop him off.
The what?
They just take him and drop him off, and
Yes.
his who I'm guessing is his grandpa.
When I read that, I was like, I don't know if this is right for me. Because at the time, my son was 6. And I was like, I just can't imagine somebody just dropping their kid off. Be like, he's your problem now.
I'm liking, too, how it's in first person and he's telling it in a way that you wouldn't remember everything that well as a 6-year-old. But he tells it like, I don't know if this is just stuff people have told me or if this is actually my memory. Because I don't remember. I remember Keith, just a couple things from being 6, but there's no way I could tell a story like that. So I like that it's more realistic like that.
Yeah. Robin Hobb is all about the realism. Trust me.
I think I'm going to like her.
18 pages.
All right.
Wow. How about you, Yolene? How much did you get done?
I was able to read 15 pages, but it was a very long battle scene. I don't really like that too much, so I can read through it pretty quickly.
Are you reading this for the military prompt in the Olympic readathon?
To be honest, I'll have to look. I think it's Kingdom, probably, that I picked
Oh,
for
okay.
this. I have a file.
So I didn't get to tell you guys before, but I'm reading Persuasion.
Oh.
I'm almost done. I just got to the part where she reads the letter that Wentworth leaves her. And I'm like, oh, finally, because you spend so much time wondering if he still has feelings for her. And so when she reads that letter, I was like,
I cried. I love Jane Austen. I'm reading Pride and Prejudice right now just because I've read so much fantasy and so much, like this book I just finished yesterday. I didn't like it all. It was called The Sweeney Sisters. I read it for my found family trope, but it was so boring. So I needed something like a hug. And I'm about
Pride and
20.
Prejudice
Oh gosh.
is definitely a
good.
hug.
I probably am going to reread. So I've read Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, and now Persuasion. And I have Northanger Abbey on my shelf, but I don't have any of the others. I think it's like Love and Friendship and Mansfield Park. I don't own those yet, but I want to reread Pride and Prejudice. I usually reread it every year, but I did not read it at all last year because of COVID. I just kept reading new stuff. So I'm due for a reread for that, and then I want to read Emma again.
Yeah, I've never read. I read Pride and Prejudice a long time ago, and I was telling Steve this morning. I don't know if I'm starting to think. Maybe I remember not reading it, but watching the show a few times. But I could swear I read it at some point. But it's so good. It's still.
It
so
is. It's a classic for a reason.
Mhm.
But I honestly didn't know if this was going to be good. That Persuasion was going to be good because I have a lot of people I know said it wasn't her best.
Oh,
But I think it's just as good as the others, if not better, because it's a more mature main character, and she's I really like it, and it's short. I wish it was longer. I wanted more. So Jane Austen is like the queen of the slow burn romance, right? But I wanted more, like more pages, but That's why I'll read Pride and Prejudice. I think that one's like another extra 100 or so pages from this one. But, so how was your reading progress, Ashley?
I don't know how I did this, but I read 17 pages.
Dang.
Dang.
I'm not sure how, because I'm sitting here like my daughter's going and playing her guitar and like I'm helping her out and I'm like, what? But I mean, yeah, I mean it's the font's fairly big, but I had to go back and like reread it a couple of times because my brain wasn't like processing the information, and so.
What story are you on right now in that book?
So I just finished Caroline. That's the one that I was like the math wasn't mathing. And then now I'm on, which one is this one? The Echo of Eleanor May, which is set in the asylum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of my
I
favorites.
remember that one. I need to reread that.
It's good.
It's Nocturne, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought
By
I read.
H.B. Diaz.
Yeah. You haven't read that, have you, Yoli?
I have.
No. Are you a
It's
horror
scary.
fan?
Or it's been a while. I think I read some horror like 10 years ago, and then I just can't sleep alone for a month. So it might not be the best thing for me, but yes, sometimes I can really enjoy it. I think I'm going to read some horror in October, and then all of you need to give me some advice what I need to pick up.
That's what I'm
Nocturne's
gonna
pretty
do.
mild. Nocturne, I found it to be pretty mild
Yeah.
as far as.
So it's a safe pick.
It's very traditional. Like the horror elements are very traditional.
Well, and I really like how she goes back and forth with it. Like, there's some in here that's like monster horror, and then there's some that's like psychological, like the one I just read was psychological. But yeah, I agree. She doesn't really go in depth and in detail with some of the stories, and so it's kind of easier to read. Otherwise, I've been reading it at night. I wouldn't be reading at night if it was like scary.
Yeah. I need some good recommendations for October for horror, Ashley. I have one novel I want to read. It's called The Dreams of the Dying, and it's a extremely dark fantasy. It's about I think he's a mercenary. So the main character is a mercenary, and he's been asked to help the king of the kingdom where he lives, who has fallen into a coma. And so I guess the magic allows you to kind of enter people's dreams. And so he is hired to help find out what happened to the king, help the king come out of the coma, because the kingdom is in the midst of a civil war, or it's approaching a civil war because the king is indisposed. But so many people loved it. Patrick, is it Patrick? Yeah, Patrick
I love reading
recommended
his
it.
reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought it. I'm like reading this in October.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different books. Like, I've got a bunch of books on my. Oh, are you playing in the baking soda? Oh, all right. Well, have fun. Yeah.
It's not toxic.
Okay. It is non-toxic.
I think so. I think it's pretty good.
Hold on a second.
We
No,
eat it.
No. Yeah, I was about to say I've been using it to clean, but also to bake. But I've got a lot of stuff on my bookshelves that are like your mainstream stuff. Like, I've got Grady Hendrix. I've got a couple of the other ones that were kind of popular last fall. I'm trying to think, like the Chestnut Man. But while those are like really long and in depth, I really like the stuff that I'm reading now. Like, I'm trying to be getting into more of the indie authors with the horror genre right now. And I just downloaded a bunch on my Kindle, so I will let you know. I will keep you all posted.
Okay. I think I have there's an indie author that I have on my October TBR, but I don't have my notes with me right now, that that somebody mentioned in another video I was watching, and I'll find out what it is and I'll ask you if you've read it yet. If you're really into it, it came highly recommended. I just can't remember the name. But so yeah, I'm excited. October is so far away. It'll be here in a second, but as far as TBRs, I'm not quite ready to put mine together yet. I'm still trying to figure out what August is going to entail. So let's do this Mad Lib really quick. My random number generator isn't working, so you guys just flip through your books. So let's start with you, Brandy. Flip through your book and then give me an adjective.
Oh my goodness. Where are all the adjectives? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You look for that,
Okay.
and Yolene, you flip through your book and give me an animal, the name of an animal. And Ashley, a past tense verb.
Okay.
I have
So
mine.
look just kind of anywhere.
Just anywhere. So, did you get one, Brandy?
Yes. It's bastard.
Is that an adjective?
Isn't it he's describing himself.
I think bastard would be a noun, though.
Oh. I thought it was he's describing. Like if it was bastardly.
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay, come back to me.
Okay. I'm looking for an adjective, too, and I can't find one.
I just wanted you to say bastard.
I totally have a mom brain right now. You told me for an adverb, right? A past tense adverb.
A past tense verb
Oh,
Okay,
verb. Okay.
I got one. It's fancy.
is what?
Fancy.
Fancy.
Fancy bastard. Okay.
How is it that Jane Austen doesn't have any freaking adjectives?
See, it's hard.
Okay, I have one. I hope my Nana's not watching because I literally forgot what a verb was.
Okay.
Gathered. That's a verb, right?
Yep.
Gather is a verb. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So the first adjective that I could find is red. That's not very fun. Let's see. Did you find an animal, Yolene?
Yeah, an animal's name, right? Or just the
Just
animal?
a type of animal.
I have horse. Horse was the first one.
Okay. Now, give me a room and a house. You don't have to look this up in the book. Just in a book. Just first person shout out a room and a house.
Kitchen.
Okay. Now, Brandy, give me the name of one of the characters in your book.
Sooty. Sooty.
Oh, that's the name of the horse.
Oh, see, I don't know that yet. I'm looking ahead.
Ashley, a liquid.
From my book?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I was like, coffee. No.
And then Yolene, a verb ending in ing.
Okay, I'll try.
Adjective.
I'm so sorry.
I have one. I think it's a verb.
Okay.
Huh? Pulling. Pulling
was that?
some.
Sewing? Oh, pulling.
Pulling. Yes.
Sorry, the volume on my thing needs to be. Okay.
Oh.
They need a lot of.
Okay, Brandy, a part of a body. Good luck with that one.
In the book?
Yes.
Eyes.
Eyes, okay. Did you find a liquid yet, Ashley?
I'm really reaching here. Like, germ is definitely not a liquid, but
Do I have everything?
ooh, blood.
Nice one.
Oh, that's a good liquid.
Okay, we got eyes.
That's gonna make for a good Mad
Oh,
Lib.
now. Cousins. All right, I think we got them all. All right, here it is. You guys ready?
Yes.
I was fancy. Oh, sorry. It was a fancy cold November day. I woke up to the red smell of horse roasting in the kitchen downstairs. It sounds like a fantasy already. I gathered down the stairs to see if I could help. Oops, we forgot a verb. Verb. I could help
Look.
there we go. I could help look the dinner. My mom said, see if Sooty needs a fresh hat. So I carried a tray of glasses full of blood into the pooling room. When I got there, I couldn't believe my eyes. Oh, good one, Randy. It actually worked. There were cousins running on and I forgot another noun. I need another noun. Running on the
Road. That's actually one of the first nouns on this page. Or stone.
glasses of blood and the cousins running on the stone.
What she said. Yep.
That was harder than I expected, man. You think all these words, you should be able to find something quickly to fill in these gaps. I used to love doing these as a kid. I would come up with the craziest possible words.
Yeah, we had we took a trip to New York a couple years ago. I guess it's been a year ago. Yeah, it was just a year ago. But we drove the whole way. So it was a long drive. And we introduced our kids to Mad Libs. And younger teenager, oh my gosh, it was so gross. It was the grossest words they could think of. And I think we saved the book because they were just laughing so hard. They didn't want to get rid of it. And we'll always have that. I wrote New York I think it had to be 2019 that we went.
Wow.
Or 2020. Yeah. So
It's a fun
That's
memory.
a great memory, though.
yeah, it was really fun. It was a lot of time in the car.
We do Would You Rather with my son all the time. And he always comes up with some really, really gross stuff.
Oh, my daughter too. She comes up with it. Oh my gosh. She has this one. I don't even know if I should say it. It's so gross.
Say it.
Okay, would you rather choose to drink anything you want for the rest of your life, but it has a little bit of pee in it? Or drink water for the rest of your life? I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Water.
I mean, she comes with stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh.
Did you hear that? You got big shoes to fill.
Oh my goodness. I wish I could think of one that my son recently said, but he always makes us really think. It's like, wow, what would I do in that situation? Or like one was like, would you rather jump from a plane without a parachute or like some other horrific way of dying? It's like, well, Do I have to choose? Okay. Well, I was trying to find another Mad Lib that was short, but these are all long, so we'll save it for the next round. But so here we are. We're at 2:50, so let's do 20 minutes. We'll come back at 10 after the hour and do another Mad Lib and chat some more. And I'm going to see if I can finish this. There's only less than 20 pages left, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're
going
pretty
to try to
close.
finish.
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Have fun.
Time's up. I finished.
What'd you think?
You look happy, Ashley. Was that a good story?
Oh, yes.
I think it's hilarious how the very beginning of Persuasion, you're following her dad, who has that book that he keeps like all of the information about the family in, and it says something in there that Anne hasn't done anything worthwhile to actually be in that book. And then at the end, he actually pins the marriage of her to Captain Wentworth into the book. I thought that was interesting. But I hated her dad and I hated her sisters through the entire thing.
Yeah, and that lady, the one that's her dad's friend.
Lady Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. It was really good. So how many pages did you read?
I read 7 more pages.
7 pages.
It's getting good.
Yolene?
I read 15 more. It's a little bit better now. We're back at Corbin's story. I love his story most of all.
I liked Corbin. That was the only part of Malice that I enjoyed reading.
Are you going to continue with Valor, or?
I DNF'd it. I will probably come back to it. I just wasn't feeling it this month. It just wasn't.
How far did you get? How far did you get before you DNF'd it?
I don't have it here. I think I have it on my Kindle. I think I was not quite 25% because I remember thinking I just got to make it to 25 and I just couldn't. I wish I could remember the chapter, but it wasn't boring at all. I just couldn't really, I didn't really care. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was the writing or just my mood, because I'd been reading a lot of fantasy and the last few books I read were not fantasy. I was like, I need a break. So
yeah, I can see that.
Are you enjoying it though? You said you were. You still enjoying it?
I'm really liking it. Yeah, and I wasn't expecting to like The Faithful and the Fallen as a whole because it has that much action, but I'm actually enjoying it. So that's a good thing because I have to read all 4. So I'm glad that I like it.
Ashley, tell us about the story you just read.
Well, I read another 17 pages, but the one I just finished on is it's about this investigator who he's in a asylum, an abandoned asylum, and he finds this thing there, and that's all I'm gonna say.
That was one of my favorite stories.
That. Yeah, that was one of the ones I liked. I think I remember that one now.
Yeah, in the back of my mind, I was like, it's not real. It's not real. It's going to be like all the rest of the stories in the book. And then I was like, oh, okay.
That's good.
So, Brandy, you said you read 7 more pages. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. I'm so sad for this little boy. And he calls him Fitz, and I know just from hearing you guys talk that's going to end up being his name, but is that I guess maybe I'll find out what that means, why he's calling him
means son
Fitz?
of. His name is Fitz Chivalry, and I think it means son of, since his dad is Chivalry.
Okay. I'm loving the names, too.
Yeah.
Patience and Chivalry. Yeah.
What would your Robin Hood name be, Brandy?
Oh my gosh. Today would be exhausted. No, I don't know. Pleasant.
Yoli, do you have one that you think you would be named?
That's difficult.
Yes. I wonder if there's a quiz somewhere where you could go in.
I was just thinking, I bet there is. There's a quiz for everything.
That was so much fun when we did the readathon for Court of Mist and Fury, when we did the quiz. I was Spring Court, and which I was really happy at first because I did it right before we started the book. And then I was like, I don't want to be Spring Court anymore.
I think I got Spring Court too.
Then you got Dawn.
Oh.
Or was that you, Ashley?
No, I did get
I think
Dawn.
You
You're
get
right.
Dawn.
I think I got, it wasn't Night Court. That I know for sure. So,
Angela says she
Wow, Angela.
read 40 pages. What YA are you reading?
What
I
book
wanna
are you
know.
reading, Angela?
I want to read 40 pages.
I don't even think I could read 40 pages in a YA book.
I want to know what Maza's reading too. Is he still there?
I was just thinking about
Is he
that.
still
I
there?
don't know if Masa, if you're here, let us know what you're reading. Actually, all of you who are here, tell us what you're reading.
Yeah. Did Dawn say what she's reading?
No, my sister?
Yeah. Is she?
No.
reading? She's
Are you
just
reading anything, sis?
just
I don't even know if
hanging
she's still here. Now I gotta pick a book because now I'm done. I gotta pick a new book to read. Unravel the Dusk. I don't know about
I've
that
never
one.
heard
I
of
have to look it up.
Are you liking it? What are you thinking about reading next? Are you still reading through prompts on the readathon?
Yeah, so I still have The Never-Ending Story, which I'm reading with my son, so I can't really jump ahead on that.
You're making me want to read that.
So I'll tell you, the first half of the book is the movie. I mean, there's some differences, and it's really good. And then it really goes off into a whole nother weird thing. I at first was worried it was going to be boring, that my son was going to kind of lose interest, but it's not bad. It's just really different. It's like almost like a whole second book. But we're enjoying it. We read a couple chapters every night. So maybe it was last night or a couple nights ago, I went and downloaded the audiobook from the library because I was like, I need a break. I don't feel like reading. And I got all kinds of crap from my son. I'm like, no, it's not the same. I want you to read it. It's like, oh.
That's sweet, though. He'll always remember that.
Yeah, that's true. God, sometimes mommy needs a break.
Yeah. I get it.
I don't even think I've heard of Spin the Dawn. It sounds familiar, but
Yeah. I looked it up.
Look it up.
The one that gets often compared to Mulan, something like Mulan Project Runway or something like that, because she wants to become the tailor of the emperor, I think, but you need to be a man, so she dresses up as a man.
oh, that's
Oh, that sounds fun.
that sounds like a
I'm
cool
going to write it down
premise.
so I can look it up.
Angela needs to say if I'm correct, if I have the correct one in my mind.
So the other option that I have is I'm about halfway through Dragon Republic.
Oh, are you liking that one?
I do. Now, I don't know if I like it as much as Steve does.
Oh my gosh, he loved it.
Yeah.
Same.
But I'm only halfway. He said it was a 4-star book until like the end. So yes, it's a 4-star book where I'm at now. So maybe it gets better. Yolene, are you reading that as well? Or you already have?
I'm listening to it on the audiobook. I think I am a little bit over halfway through. And I'm liking it a lot, but I think I like it a little bit less than the Poppy War at this point. But I didn't know that the ending was going to be very good, so that's exciting.
Rin is still bugging me, but
That's why I haven't started it yet.
Are you going to do the live show on Sunday, Yolene and Ashley? Are you guys participating in the buddy read for that?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can make it because it's after Valor, so I think that it will be 10 or 11.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
So yeah, it's a little bit late for me. Maybe I'm still awake, but it could be that I'm just falling.
On a Sunday, that's tough for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I have something already planned for Sunday, which is why I had to drop out of the Valor live show. And I didn't finish the book. But I might be able to join. We'll see what time I get done. I might not look great. I might look much like I look right now. We'll see. I think I could finish it by then, but I'm also reading The Ship of Destiny, the last book in the Live Ship Trader trilogy. But I put that down, not because I have problems with it, but because I was like too much fantasy and I just needed a break. And Robin Hobb, Brandy, you'll learn really quick, is very dense. At no time do I ever feel bored, but it's not an easy read. It's not something like I can listen to on audiobook because you miss a lot.
Yeah.
So it's, for me, it's one of those books that usually takes me twice as long as anything else to read. So I have to have the patience.
I almost got the audiobook, and then I started thinking, I don't know if I want to do that because I just want to like read every word and not miss anything. And I do sometimes with audiobooks miss things here and there. With Bloodsong, I did listen to it a lot, and I had to go back a lot, and it took me almost all month to get through that book because I was listening to it a lot of the time. But it's a big one. It's a chunker. So
I haven't even started it.
It was good. I liked it.
Oh, I'm glad.
I was telling Steve it reminds me of, and I don't think this spoils anything, but it kind of reminds me of the Night's Watch from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah. Just
the Night's Watch from what?
From Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Just the young
cool.
brotherhood. I mean, it's just, I just liked it. It was good.
That was one of the plot lines in Game of Thrones I wanted more of, was more of what was happening beyond the wall. And I think one book spent a lot more time in that, but then that was one of the issues that I had with the books. Like, I don't want to spend all this time with Cersei and her evil son. And so it was like, either take me beyond the wall or take me to Daenerys in the west, or in the east. But yeah, I don't know how. Did you ever read the books, Brandy, or just the TV?
I've only read the first book, and then we watched the show, and I felt like I didn't want to keep going until I have to get the show out of my brain, and then come back to the books because. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much the same, the first few books, right? Or all the books are, but you can tell like in the show where the books kind of drop off. But I really want to have a fresh perspective when I go back to the books. But I think I finished Game of Thrones in January.
Oh, so it's been recent.
Yeah, I just read it. And then I was thinking, this is kind of, I really want to enjoy these books, and I just keep, we had just freshly finished rewatching the show because my kids wanted to see it. So, and we had all these close your eyes moments, but they're older, so they did fine. And I just needed a few months after seeing the show to go back to the books.
Well, Angela, I hope that we get a confirmed release date for winter. I think it's like winter something.
Winds of Winter.
Yeah. But I'll be honest, I never made it through the last book. I think it was Dance of Dragons. So I'm not even going to bother with it. Ashley, have you read any Game of Thrones?
I want to. Well, I watched the series, and like, Brandy was saying, I really liked everything as far as like it going through along with the books, but the last season just really pissed me off, and I felt like it was too tropey almost, and I don't know. I have thoughts on it, but I'm not going to go into a rant.
So the books only cover the first 6 seasons. So the 7th and 8th season were the writers taking liberties with the story, and I think that's the reason why it was so bad. I think George R.R. Martin had some say, but if he did not speak up very loudly.
Well, and he wasn't happy with the last couple of seasons. At least that's what I thought I heard.
Then good, and he's with all of his fans, because I read the first 4 books. I think there's 4 books out. And after the second book, I got about, I don't know, maybe 10% into the 3rd book. And I was like, you know what? I have to take a break, because the good guys don't ever get a break in his books. Have you seen the show? You know that they don't. And I was just like, I can't sit through this depressing book anymore. And then when I heard the show was coming out, I went back and read the third and fourth book. And the fourth book was really hard to get through for me. And then I heard it's in the fourth and fifth book, they split the POVs. So you only get certain POVs in the fourth book, and then you get the other POVs in the fifth book. And the fifth book is where all the ones that people actually want to follow, Daenerys and Jon Snow, are in the fifth book. And it took years for that fifth book to come out. And so I tried to read Feast of Crows again, reread it with Dance with Dragons, because there are reading lists out there that tell you which chapters to read together. And I don't know if that messed me up, but I just couldn't get through Dance with Dragons. I was
good
bored.
to know, though, for reader.
But the first three books are good. But if you've seen the show, I mean, there's not much more to them. I guess there's more character development. Obviously, books have more of that. But I think the show did a really good job. The cast did an excellent job. So if you've seen the show, there's not much more to get from the books. I feel really awful as a reader saying that, but I do believe that the show did an excellent job.
Well, I agree with you. I realized as I was reading Game of Thrones that it was like, okay, I just finished watching again, and now I'm rewatching, because it was the first book anyway was like almost word for word what happened in the show. And so I was saying, I need a Game of Thrones break. In a year or two, I'm going to forget everything, because it had been a year or two since we watched it before, and I already had forgotten a lot of stuff. So then I'll come back to the books. But everybody says don't bother, because you just get frustrated because you get to this point where you're still waiting for that last book. And everybody says just wait, and if another one ever comes out, then read them. So maybe I'll do that.
The only thing I remember from that is nothing Jon Snow.
Yeah. Yes. Iconic line.
Yeah.
And that, and of course the ending, but yeah.
So do you guys want to do another reading sprint, or you want to just chat for a little while and end it here? Oh, what's Masa saying? Randy?
Isn't it great, my bookshelf? Oh yeah, it's
Clash of Kings. Is that's the third one, or is that the second one?
I think the second one.
The second.
I think.
Honestly, I thought the first two were awesome, but the third one is my favorite. So Moss, if you can get through it, get to the third one, that one was my favorite. Yeah. I don't know if I would do it though. When the last book comes out, I don't know if I'm going to go back and reread it. I don't even know if I'm going to read it. I think I've just gotten to the point where I just don't feel like there's anything to add. Although I would like to have that ending of the TV show wiped out of my memory.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I don't know. It was so bad. It's like stuck in there and will never go away.
Yeah.
Well, I had something really important to say, and then my husband texted me and ruined it. So have you guys seen the Witcher series? Did y'all watch that?
TV show?
Uh-huh.
I saw the first season. I liked it. So many people didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. Steve didn't like it. So
He didn't?
He didn't really like it. My son's wanting to watch it, but he was telling me he wanted me to read the books first before we watch it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that.
That's what I'm debating. I've got the first book, and my mom has it right now, but once I get it back, I'm gonna try and read it.
Yeah, he was like, Mom, you would love the books. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll start adding those in here and there, but they seem doable. Like, they're not huge books.
Mm-hmm. I like them, so
yeah.
You did, Nolene?
Yeah, I think that the ending is a little bit special. They definitely go downhill, in my opinion, after the third book in the main series. So you have like the two short stories, and then 5 books in the main series. So the first 5 in total, I thought were really good. But then the 4th and the 5th one were a little bit less, but still enjoyable.
I don't even know if I got to the first novel. I know for sure I read the first 2 short stories. I can't remember if I read the first novel or not. So Masa says he's going to read them.
Okay, so maybe I'm thinking of that one. It's like the prequel, maybe? I can't even remember now.
So there's
my son was telling me there's an order, and I was going to ask him.
Yeah, you have a prequel, and I think that one is called Season of Storms. But even though it's a prequel, it will spoil the end of the main series.
Yeah.
So
So he said, don't
really?
read it. Yeah. That's what he was telling you. Don't read that first.
So best to wait after, because it's also the last one that's been published.
I think I read it.
Oh, did you? Yeah, he was saying he had heard somewhere that he needed to read that last, so he was glad wherever he heard it that he didn't read it first.
So is The Last Wish the first one?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's one I have.
Okay, I have read that one then.
Okay, you're safe.
I read something or some before the show came out. And then I liked the show so much that I went and read something else after. I just don't remember which one. I know it was the first 3 that show up in Goodreads. So The Last Wish, and then there's like something of elves.
Blood of
Elves.
Blood of Elves. That's the first novel, right? Okay, so I did read the first novel. And that one actually followed the TV show.
I played the most recent video game for a little while. It's fun.
Mhm.
It was fun. It had that
I
little
got
card
it
game
from
in
my
it.
husband, but he hasn't really played it much.
Yeah, it's fun.
If I could get it on my Switch, I'd probably play it more often just because on our PlayStation, that's like our TV, basically. Like that's what we do streaming on that. But I think I've seen stuff on the Switch where you can get it, but I really want to start from the beginning and then kind of like work my way.
Yeah, that's kind of what my son's doing now. He read all the books and now he's starting at the beginning of the games. And, he's like, look, Mom, this game's so old looking, but it just kind of looks like, I don't know, looks good to me. It doesn't look old, but he's working his way through the games now. And then I'm sure he's going to be saying, let's watch the show.
Man, if you saw the games we played when we were his age.
Oh, they've seen it because I own a Super Nintendo. And I tried to get, look, guys, this is so fun. And they're like, Mom, it's so fun.
I remember when Final Fantasy X came out. I think it was 10 or 11. And I was like, wow, it's like playing a movie. The graphics are so good. And then they came out with like an enhanced version of it recently, and I was all excited and I went to play it. And I was like, the enhanced version is not even as good as the newer games. The artwork is just not as clean, but it's still fun. It's still a fun game. But yeah, I was like, oh, I remember that. I was like my favorite game. I would spend hours. And I was in college and I had a lot of homework that I did not do because of Final Fantasy. You know what we should do is we should do like a game streaming thing. Something that just us girls. Sorry, Maza, but Angela, hope you guys are invited.
You're not invited, Maza.
I
Sorry.
think that would be comical for people.
We should do something like that none of us have played before, so it would be really interesting to see us. Like, we should do like Fortnite or something.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about that.
I still don't understand the concepts of that game.
I know, I've watched, because both of my kids have played it, and I despise
that game. I can only imagine like me playing it like stupid. Like we'd have to censor the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not good at anything first-person shooter either. Like
that's why it would be so fun for people to watch us look like morons. Come on!
I get so dizzy. I tried to play Counter-Strike or Half-Life with Steve way back when. was like, dude, I'm getting sick. I gotta go back to. We used to play a game called Dark Age of Camelot, which was a what do you call them? A mass MMORG or whatever they.
Mhm.
Is that what they are? And we had fun. That's how his whole forum started. Was people from that we used to play that game with.
Oh, really?
Oh, Magic the Gathering?
Oh, well, we play Magic the Gathering too, but this
Okay.
was Dark Age
I
of
thought that was a
Camelot.
card game.
Yeah, that's
It
the card
is.
game.
This is how dense I am. I've played Magic the Gathering before. Like I kind of got into it there for a second, then I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. And but I saw that on the forum. I was like, what is MTG? Like what the heck is that? So I think I commented or I messaged somebody. I was like, is that Magic the Gathering?
Yeah. Yeah, because after that game, and there were a lot of people that we knew playing Magic the Gathering, so they would talk about that a lot on the forums before it became all kinds of things. So. Yeah, I have right next to me in this room, you can't see it, but we have a shelf it's one of those like industrial shelves that you get at Costco that you can put like some people put in their garages, and it goes all the way to my ceiling, and it's filled with Magic the Gathering cards.
Really?
I have a little shop on TCG Player where I sell some because it's just out of hand.
I know how to play Pokemon cards, but that's about it.
But I'm not going to say it's the same because Magic the Gathering is so complicated. But they tell you everything in every card, and I don't know. It's something fun we do, and sometimes we haven't played a lot, but sometimes we have friends come over and we'll sit there for hours and hours. It's fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Still sounds interesting though. But we should just do something like that. Heck, play Minecraft. I mean, anything would be fun. You do it on
I'm playing
video.
Stardew Valley right now, and it's amazing.
You playing what right now?
Stardew Valley.
I don't know what that is either.
Have you heard of Animal Crossing?
I have that game. I
Okay.
suck at it.
Stardew Valley is so much better. It's like the adult Animal Crossing. There's so much more to do. Like they have a bar. It's basically Animal Crossing, but a lot less cutesy. Oh, I love it. Is
that on Switch?
Yeah, it's on Switch. Well, and you can do it. You can get it actually on your PC as well. And
Is it a game you can play with multiple people? Like you can visit islands in Animal Crossing. Can you do that?
I think you can do cross-platform. Here you go. Because I see a lot of people on Twitch who they'll all play together and like they can visit each other's like islands on Stardew Valley. So I think because I made somebody a house. I was thinking that maybe like it was a house for one of the people in Stardew Valley, but apparently it's for like other players like to come to my world. So
Oh, I have to look that up because I liked Animal Crossing, but I got bored of it. It just
so did I.
The same stuff over and over again. It's like, eh. Do you play any games, Yoli?
I used to, but I have a lot of older brothers and sisters. So I played on, I don't even know how you say it in English, but Sega. So with Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that. But it's like 1950s. So you couldn't save anything. You had to play the game until the end, or you could start over from the beginning. And I really liked those games because they were easy. You just need to keep running. You can't go left or right.
Yeah.
You need to go straight ahead. I like those. But if it's more complicated than that, I'm having trouble.
Yeah, I love those. All the platform jumping and
My son, one of my favorite games when we first got our PlayStation was Ratchet and Clank and Spyro. And what's funny is I love playing them, but I'm not very good with hand-eye coordination. And so I would have to make my husband go and do all the hard stuff. Well, now my son is playing those games, and it's so cool to see him. He doesn't usually have the patience to sit and play for a long time. He he can't even watch a movie. He'll watch a movie, but he has to be standing up and running around and jumping. He just has all this energy. So to see him sit for hours and play a video game, and then one like that's much older, it's so cool to see it. I wish, and he wants to play Mario Brothers, but we can't without an emulator. You can't really get that for any of the games that we have. I think you might be able to get something on the Switch now, but
they have a lot of classic type games, but you have to do the Switch membership thing, I think, in order to get them. They're not the same though. I tried them. I bought a Switch. I was all ready to do all my classic Super Nintendo games, and it just wasn't the same. I gave my Switch to Steve. Yeah, he plays NBA, NBA 21K or 20K or whatever it is. He plays that before he goes to sleep every morning. So they're playing basketball.
all right. Well, we're going to I'm scheduling it. We're gonna do some kind of video game stream. Figure out something that we all have access to, and do it. And Angela, are there any video games that you play? I think the PC would be easiest. I've been wanting to jump on, play Skyrim again, and you said that you can get it on the PC, so I was thinking about getting it for my PC, but my laptop sucks, and I don't think it would run it very easily. So I might just keep playing.
You can get it on the PlayStation.
I have it on the PlayStation, but I wanted to get it on the PC so Brandy and I can play and stream together.
Oh,
yeah. I have it on PlayStation and on PC, and the graphics difference is just so much better.
Hi.
And Steve always told me, you should play it on PC, I played it on Switch first, which was no good.
Oh, really?
But I didn't know it at the time until I played it on my PS4. And then I was like, whoa, you could see colors. And then I played it I've played that game so many times, on my computer, because Steve had just gotten me a new computer, and he set me up with a Steam account and everything. And, it's so much better. And my daughter was teaching me cheat codes. The only one I would use was the one that so I could not be encumbered and have to, because that's the constant thing, is getting rid of things so that you can't run. You can't run if you're carrying too many things, so you could carry like infinite amount of things if you have a code.
Oh, I remember playing Oblivion, and that was like the biggest pain. It was like, I have all this stuff. I need it for this quest, but I'm doing this quest right now, and it's too far to get to my nearest chest. Don't want to sell any of it. It's like,
that was the only one I used, but she said you can give yourself infinite amount of gold too, and she had all these. No, I'm good with just the one. I feel bad. But
it sounds like my son with Minecraft. He whenever we play together, he always does the keep inventory cheat. So when you die, you don't lose all your stuff. And it's like, this is fun, but it kind of takes some of the challenge out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching a YouTube video for a guy. He has like a Pokemon channel. He mainly talks about Pokemon. So he plays like all the Pokemon games. He talks about Pokemon cards, everything. And I don't know if it was an old video or a recent video, but he did a Minecraft video, and he had only played once or twice before with friends, but this was his first time in a Minecraft world in survival mode by himself. And he did like 100 days, and it was so entertaining to watch because I was like, that's me. He was like, I hate creepers. I was like, I know, right?
It's funny.
It is. It's so. And my son's like, what a noob.
Oh, I get that all the time.
It's so cute.
Wait till he's a teenager.
Oh,
I get laughed at so much. They tell me that I said something. I'm gonna check. I use the word "the" in front of email or something. I'm gonna go check the email, And I didn't realize I did it, but now they make fun of me. I'm going to go to the Walmart. I'm going to go to the email. And, you know, like, they just make fun of everything I do. And it's cute, but it's like, I'm just crazy old mom.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh,
I
it's
like
good
being
times.
cool mom.
I'm still cool. I'm saying I'm still cool. I think they think I'm cool. Probably not.
That reminds me of that meme from Mean Girls. I'm not like any other mom. I'm a cool mom.
But it's true.
'Cause
I am.
I tell myself that all the time, even though people don't use the word fleek anymore. There's a lot of words people don't use that I still use. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Okay.
We were listening to a song in the car the other day, and I dabbed. And my son looks at me. He goes, "Did you just dab?" I'm like, yeah. He goes, "I am a member of the dab police, and you are under arrest." It's like, oh, my bad.
I know, I get that a lot. We don't say that anymore, Mom. We don't dab anymore. We don't. What was that thing they were doing for a while? The floss.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with that. I suck at flossing. Oh my God. I'm not the cool mom anymore. I'm going to be one of those moms that embarrass him. And he'd be like, "Can you drop me off a block away from the school?" Yeah. Yeah. Yolene, you still have some time before you'll be that mom. You're so young.
Yeah.
Still have a couple of years.
Yeah. Then you'll know. You'll be a cool mom for a while.
For a while, yeah. A couple of years.
I have friends, so it's funny because most of the friends I have who are my age, their children are older than my son. And so it's like seeing the future. And I have a really close friend of mine. We used to go out like every week. We would go out one day a week to have dinner together. And her son would go with us every week. And then he got to that age where we don't see him anymore because he would rather be at home playing video games than hanging out with his mom's friends and their little kid.
I know,
But there was a time.
we're trying so hard to get our son to do a stream with us. He's not having it.
No.
We got him Blood Song, hoping that he'd finish that in time for the stream. He's gonna read Oathbreaker, but I can't make any promises. They think we're big, crazy nerds, so I'm like, it's cool. This is what you guys like to do, is be on YouTube. It's like, not with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fun. Come on. But they watch. They might be watching now. But my daughter watches.
Kids.
But sometimes they just put it on, and then I said, "Did you see what happened?" And they're like, "We were just giving you a view."
My husband does that.
She'll put it on her phone when we're out and Steve's streaming, and if we're out at the store or something, she'll put it on her phone and then put her phone in her pocket, just so that Steve can have that extra view.
That's funny. I know. I never know when it shows me how many people are on. It's like how many real people are on, because I know my husband gets on and he doesn't really watch it, and my sister's probably on here not watching it. It's like so. Are you going to read Oathbreaker, Randy?
Am I? Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I know you are, Ashley.
Mhm.
Knowing
I
you're
got
not.
really excited after that stream he had.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Sounds good. So.
What about Beyond Redemption? Because that's the other one that is soon. I think the show is like the 11th of July.
Yeah. And I still need to read Blackthorn Thief as well, or Black Tongue Thief.
Yeah.
And that's like next week or maybe the week after that. So I have a little.
Yes. I haven't started that. That is going to be the book I need to start today.
It doesn't seem huge.
Yeah, it's fine, I think. Like
Yeah,
under
it's just
500 pages at least.
Okay.
It's doable, I think.
Is there an audiobook for it?
I haven't found one.
I don't know. I think it just came out. So
have to
I don't know if
find
there's an audiobook yet.
Did you say there was, Yolene?
No, I was looking for one, but I couldn't find one. So I don't think there's one.
Dang it.
I think it just came out this
I'm
month.
gonna check script.
What book is it?
Black Tongue Thief.
Yeah, Black Tongue Thief.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
That's Steve's book of the month.
It's not in
Um,
script.
it's not. I mean, I
No.
guess it's pretty chunky. It's like 400 pages, but there's not a lot of words on the page. It looks interesting, but I was trying to. I wanted to do every prompt this month, and I didn't really see where this would fit in.
I know where it fits in. Because
Where?
somebody said that there are mushrooms on the cover, so it counts as food.
Oh,
There's mushrooms on the cover?
Yeah, there are. Look, did you see it?
It's a stretch, but they said
Oh, yeah.
I would. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So the book I read had Easter eggs on the front, but they're hard-boiled Easter eggs, so that was my food.
Yeah, mine had boba tea in the front, and then
Yeah. Technically, you have to chew boba tea, so that's food.
yeah, you
Not
do.
a drink. Ashley, you have to do the next readathon with us. Actually, we need to do another 24-hour readathon.
Can
That
we
would be
do?
so
so
much
much
fun.
Can we do it for the next Court of what is it? Court of Frost and
Wings and
Court of
Ruin.
Wings and Ruin.
the Frost and Starlight is the
Huge.
The one
It's
after
even
that.
bigger than the second book. Look at this.
Oh, let's do that. I mean, there's no way I'm reading that in 24 hours, but
700 pages.
It was-
Exactly.
oh my gosh.
Man, that
But
would have
it's-
been a good number of points for Nyx.
Yeah.
Yolene, you're on Team Nyx, aren't you?
yeah. But we're not doing that well. I
I
think
don't
we're
think any of our teams are.
Oh, I'm like, my team's always looks like it's second to last place.
oh, then I'm competing with you.
I'm just having fun though. I have 2 more books and I will have read every prompt.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have 3.
See,
And-
look, and you said you were only gonna read the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I finished Persuasion. I'm halfway through the Dragon Republic, which I swapped out for Valor for the military
That's
one.
good. That's a good
And
one.
then I know for sure I finished Neverending Story because we're reading 2 chapters every week, and it'll definitely finish the last chapter by the end of the month. So the only prompt I don't think I'll get to is Poseidon, because that book I'm reading is big, and I just don't think I'm going to finish it. But we still have a week, no less than a week, a couple days less than a week. But
Oh yeah, we have till
I'm
Thursday.
that's still way more than I expected.
Yeah,
I usually
that's a
read
lot.
around 10 books a month, so.
You did good. You guys are doing good.
Are y'all gonna do the Indie Accord readathon?
I am, but I'm probably not going to read nearly as many books as I did this month.
I thought about doing it, but there's so many things. It has to be indie,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's so many things I was gonna read next month that don't fall in that category. Like that big chunker that you just showed, the Frost, or I keep calling it Frost and Starlight, A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Not indie.
Yep.
Right?
No.
I have.
Well,
Yeah, we have 3. Uh-oh, we lost Yolene.
Let's go.
I
Bye.
have like 3 or 4 buddy reads, and none of them are indie except for Oathbreaker.
Hi.
So
I just put a bunch
there
of
she is.
I just put a bunch of indie books on my Kindle. So I think, but they're all like horror novels. But I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
I'm in Team Horror, so
Oh, you are? I am too. With Leslie?
yeah.
Yeah. Me.
I wish I had my list down here. I have a book for Dystopian and a book for Quest, and I think that's it. And then the team book. And that's all I
Yeah.
have.
I can't even remember what the teen book is right now.
It's Michael Clark's book, like Dead something. It's a horror, a ghost story, and I'm nervous.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like ghost stories, y'all, because they're too realistic, and don't like ghost stories. But I'm gonna read it because it's probably gonna be good. Leslie loved it, and she loved Nightfall, and you know how much I like Nightfall. So
I know. That's another thing I'm going to read next month is more of those Nightmareland.
Have a go.
I want to reread them. I want to do like a read. I was thinking about doing a reread of all of them as a readathon in October, like a 24-hour readathon, and read all 6. Is it 6? No, 5 of the books that are out.
Yeah.
And see.
That'd be fun.
I'm hoping he'll have book 6 out early next year. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have his first. That was one of the ones that I downloaded. Was Nightfall.
Yeah, I think they're all on Kindle Unlimited for sure, if you have that.
That'll be a good quest book, Ashley, for the quest prompt.
Oh.
I might
And
just do that.
dystopian. It's that too.
It
And a
does
middle-aged character.
Yeah.
We're trying to.
I feel personally attacked with that.
When I first saw that, I was like, I don't know any books with a middle-aged character. I like totally went blank. Like, I have a ton of books with middle-aged characters. I mean, where was I? What was I thinking when I saw that? I was like, I don't know if I have any. Like, no, quite a few of the books on my TBR are middle-aged characters.
I've got one that I haven't downloaded it yet.
Hello.
She said ring ring hello. But it's actually one that my husband's coworker wrote. It's called Ghost of Gillum County. Let's see. So it's basically like a PI, like. Oh, I guess I don't know if it's actually scary, but it's by Andrew E. Goodman. So I'm going to give that a try. But it sounds like it's supposed to be like a crime / mystery / kind of thing.
I need to go through my Kindle Unlimited and pick out. So I was going to read Oathbreaker, and I'm reading something else. I can't remember what.
I like Maza's question. I want to see a bookshelf tour too. Did you see
too.
that? Stacy,
Oh,
when
no.
are you doing a bookshelf tour?
I don't have bookshelves that I actually want to share with people. My bookshelves are all kinds of a mess. So right before I started my YouTube channel, I have like a room that we kind of use it as an office, and I wanted to go to IKEA and put bookshelves up in there because I've run out of space. Since I started, well, you know what? I'm not even going to blame it on BookTube because it was before BookTube. But it's like being lazy because the only time I can go to the store is quite a ways away to get to IKEA, and like having the energy to drive that far just to pick up some bookshelves and then come home and have to actually put an effort to build said bookshelves.
Yeah.
So no, Masa, you will not see my bookshelves until I actually have bookshelves worthy of viewing. You could see my TBR shelf. There you go.
It's so cute. I want to.
I might do a video kind of like Raul did, where he kind of showed his small bookshelf and just do my TBR shelf. It's like, these are the books that I want to read.
I think he tries to do his TBR on top and then the rest underneath. Let me give you a tour of Steve's bookshelf. No, I don't really know his method, but it always seems to me like that he has books that he's going to read sooner on the top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed that Angela said goodbye.
Oh,
Sorry, Angela. If you're still here, bye. If you're not, bye. How come your bookshelves are blue? He didn't have time to make them pink for you this time?
oh. I guess I could have, but I don't know how to work the remote. This is just how it's been for a few days. He just leaves it on all the time. So at night when we're walking around the house, there's just like this blue light that comes out of this room, or whatever color it is at the time.
Is it that
But
bright?
It's pretty bright. If everything else is dark, it's pretty bright.
So, Yolene, are you going to read A Court of Mist and Fury with us this month?
I really want to, yeah. Because I liked the second one so much. The first one I liked, but I wasn't really blown away by it. But then the second one I really liked. So now I want to read the third one, especially with that ending. So yes, I'm on
I
board.
know. I wanted to keep going right away and
Same.
to wait. But
Oh, I don't think I ever. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that we need to do a 24-hour readathon for it.
Definitely.
I'm
I'll look at
good
the
with
schedule.
I don't think I ever told y'all, but the second book was a Hades and Persephone retelling, and because the first book is the Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the second one, and then I don't know what the third one is.
Haiti and see, I don't really know that story. I'll have to go look it up now because I was thinking the whole time I was reading it, like, what is this a retelling of? Because Ashley had told us that it was a retelling, but I did not know it.
I could see that being a Hades and Persephone where he drags her to the underworld, right? And then
Drags her to the underworld and not bribes her, but he lures her with pomegranates, I think, in the Hades and Persephone telling story.
I could see that. I was thinking it was kind of a Rapunzel type situation too.
I was thinking Rapunzel too.
Yeah, because she was locked up and he saved her.
But it was
I was
so
trying
like
to figure
vague.
it
I
out.
was like, I don't know. It was good. That's what it was. I was really happy with it. It was just so much. There was so much more depth to it than the first book. First book was just entertaining. That one, second one was much better.
Yeah, I was okay with it being big because it was good.
But yeah, the third one's like she just had to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Like Harry Potter style.
Oh, what do you think about her sisters being fairies now?
I don't know. At first I was upset about that. Thought it was weird, but I kind of think there's good potential there. And I know that there's probably stories later for them. So
I felt like it was a little bit too convenient. Not that they were turned into fairies, but that which one of his sisters was it, or her sisters, was it Elaine that bonds with Lucian? I was just like, it's a little bit
and then
convenient.
right away he was like, she's my mate.
Yeah. So I was a little bit like, eye roll a little bit. But
that gave you like Twilight vibes a little. I hated to compare it, but I was like, man, that's some Jacob crap right there. Like he imprinted on her.
That's exactly that's so funny that you say that, because that's exactly what I thought. It took me a while though. When I read it, I was like, what does this remind me of? Why does this feel so familiar? And then it was later on, I was like, oh, no, it was. And then you said that, and it's like, okay, I'm not the only one who thought that.
Yeah, I hate to think that because it's its own book, but it's kind of the same situation.
But it was a bit annoying.
And the Twilight one was really bad, so I hate to compare it.
Everybody hates that part of it, but I thought, well, I didn't like it. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so glad that happened. But I thought it was an interesting twist.
Yeah. It's a little creepy, but...
Yeah. And I liked how pissed off it made Bella, because I really didn't like Bella. It's so funny. I liked the books a lot the first time I read them, and I wasn't young. And then the movies came out, and I was like, oh my God, these movies are awful. The books are so much better. And I went and read the books, and it's like, no, they're not really that much better. They are really bad. What was I thinking?
Oh, I did. I read those in my early 30s, I think. And I liked them, but now I can't imagine reading them.
All right, guys. It's already 10 o'clock for poor Yolene.
Yeah.
She's going to turn into a pumpkin.
Oh, 11 even.
It's 11, but yeah, it's a
Oh,
Friday.
11. Oh my gosh. It's even worse.
Well, this was fun. I'm so glad you did it. It was really fun after. It was a good bookend to a crazy week for me. So.
Yes.
Yes, same.
Yes. And it's still early for us. Sorry, Yolene.
Yeah, I gotta go. I have to go cook dinner.
I'm going to go find another book to read. I guess I need to start this one.
Yes, you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Since I did win it in a giveaway,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I promised to commit to reading it and participating.
I know who sent that book.
I know. All right. Well, you guys have a lovely rest of your Friday, and I will see some of you maybe on Sunday for the Dragon Republic, and the rest of you I'll chat with online. So thanks everybody for joining. We had a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do this at least every other Friday, if not every Friday, depending on how my schedule and everybody else's schedule works out. So we have many more, hopefully, to come. Anybody in the who's joined, or if you're watching this afterwards in the comments, let me know some ideas for games that we can play, some fun things that we can do while we're in the in-between point of our sprints. And same with you guys, if you guys have ideas. It's fun to do the chats, but I think it's more entertaining if people who are actually watching, if we try to do some other things. So I'm trying to come up with stuff that works. The Mad Lib was fun, but I don't think it was as fun as it seemed like in my head. So let's see what else we can come up with. But until next time, thank you guys for coming. See you later. Bye.
Bye.